Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Warhammer 40k Let's Play. So, I have been working on expanding the floors a bit here, so as we kind of push deeper into this mountain, I'm trying to keep the floors in pace with that. I haven't really touched any of this side though. I don't know why the game's always such a pain trying to move the camera around, but anyways, I haven't really touched any of this yet, but we'll get there. I'm just trying to do the areas that are, more frequently used before I worry about any of this. We are running a conduit over here to the moisture pump, which we need to get running to clear out that water, but this finally did get built. And let's see what else. Oh, by the way, people keep saying that if I don't want a particular character using a stonecutter's table, I should set the character skill. You can't do that with stone cutting builds. There's no option, so I don't know why that was such a common suggestion, but it is not a possible one, so yeah. Anyway, we have an incapacitated refugee opportunity, another one. So we're going to take a look at this. We have 9 days, so we can't waste too much time on this, but let's go ahead and take a look. And if it's not too far, we might consider it. But there are other things that I think I'd like to do in terms of caravans, so I don't want to waste too much time going and rescuing people. Okay, so 8 days now, and it's not very far, but it is through the mountains. So is that going to be? It's still saying it's less than a day. I wouldn't mind doing that. And then out here we have the orbital power beam targeter. 9 days on that, and then 20 days for the mech serums. So, realistically, we could still go grab this, grab that, grab those, and then worry about maybe attacking some outposts. Yeah. That is definitely the way that we're going to go about this. So, we don't need to leave right away, but we do need to start getting prepared. I've noticed that using the vehicles becoming more and more difficult, because it's very hard to get people to stay in there. When you put them in, unless their needs are all like 100%, they hop out immediately. And so I've had trouble the last few times actually getting them in there, but I'm hoping that's something that we can resolve, because this is a lot more just better in every way, I guess, than having to hoof it on foot. So yeah. Alright, here's our last refugee that we rescued. I think we decided she was probably just going to be a prisoner forever, but that might change. And we'll see what the new person is and what they're good at. I'm sure we'll have to fight some enemies there as well, so we might have some more prisoners to deal with. Over here we've started to sort of define the rooms. I'm going to need some of these heavier doors, these ones, in this room, I think, because this is going to be our garage, which is going to have a lot of stuff for the vehicles, probably shelves. Honestly, it doesn't need too much, but it is going to be accessible to the outside, and that's why I want the heavier doors. That way, if anything breaks through the doors here, we still have some sort of airlock, and then every time the vehicles come and go, they're not venting the entire base. Let's speed things up a bit here, because people are sleeping. So it looks like we have another corn harvest coming in. I don't know where we're going to put any of that corn, but at least we have plenty of food. I may have to just designate another big stockpile inside the base. Those don't necessarily need to be, frozen or refrigerated. So there is that. This does, so it probably shouldn't be in there. And I don't know why they're prioritizing that over this. That's preferred. That's normal. So it should go here. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but it'll spoil if they leave it out there. Oh good, the heat wave's finally over. I think the storyteller was trying to kill us again. Keep throwing solar flares along with heat waves at us. It's interesting how often that combination has arisen lately, because that is probably the only thing that can really hurt us, other than like a stray tornado that just cuts through our base, because it cuts all our power so that we don't have AC anymore, and then it hits us with heat that just seeps right through the walls and turns our base into an oven. But luckily we were able to outlast that one. The solar flare didn't last that long. But yeah, it's becoming very interesting how common that occurrence is. And I think the storyteller really does have it out for us. So we're getting this area lit. Again, this is going to be our melee training area. And maybe it might have some like recreational facilities too. But let's see. We want to go to not miscellaneous, it's under joy. So just martial arts targets, and we can kind of put these wherever we want. So I think we'll do like there, and then here. And yeah, I guess we can fit a few in if we stack them like this. Whoops, that was too close together. Why am I clicking there like that? There. That's what I was going for. And then we'll get rid of these. So that's already quite a few. I could do more, or again, I could just have a place for them to hang out. And what could I put in there? Like a billiards table? Yeah, we could do that. I don't have enough wood for that, though, so we'll have to wait. Actually, no, I could just make it out of steel, couldn't I? Still need wood either way, so that's not going to help me. Is this a... Yeah, this is a 40k table. Can I make that out of metal? I can. So we could do a steel paradox poker table. Is there a better place for this? Probably not. So yeah, we could throw it down in here. Maybe give him a couple. You know what? No, we won't do too many of those because I want other things in here. So we could have like chess tables. Also, I need to have room for, you know, furniture and whatnot. So let's make some steel stools. That might be an issue. These are kind of awkward. Well, we'll do something like this. Yeah, we'll just do that. And if we need to move stuff around, we'll move stuff around. But for now, that'll give them something to do, and they can train their melee skills. This needs to be lit better, and I still hadn't decided how I wanted to do that. I think I'll probably just use these. So I'll put one near each door like that. And I think we'll use these for the other door. So we'll do those, and then how far would you need to be? Probably in the corner. Or we could just go straight to there. No, we'll do something like this. Okay. So yeah, something like that to keep it lit. You've got one there, so we'll split that two-way and then put one on the wall there. Cool. But I can't lay them behind there, unfortunately, so that chandelier is going to have to do all the work for it. God, there's so many people mining. And nobody... Well, actually, no, there's a few people out here mining. Let's haul those. We need more limestone getting cut. And I did queue up a bit of adamantium. Why is stuff rotting away? Oh, because that's outdoors. I did queue up the adamantium to get harvested, but I don't know if anybody's going to immediately get on that. It's like Zima's going to build some stuff for us. The prison's becoming like the busiest place in the base. Alright, so it looks like we have another rescue opportunity. This time it's a prisoner. So I believe he is being held by the Tau, which is interesting because his name is Tau. And he's being held at a camp nearby under armed guard. If we rescue him, he'll join our colony. He's a 51-year-old message carrier. So he may not be worth this. But again, that doesn't really mean much because his stats could be anything, regardless of what his, previous occupation was. The camp will disappear after 13 days. So that adds another thing to the list that we need to do. And that doesn't look like it's too far away. In fact, this might even be faster than that because we can circumvent the mountains. Yeah, so 0.6 days. Huh. But we still need to do this first because it is going to end sooner. But we could fight some Tau. Yeah, So that's the faction that's holding them. It's interesting that his name is Tau. I wonder if he is a Tau. I don't think so, because I know that the other 40k races are not playable. They're just reskinned animals that can carry guns. So he is almost certainly not a Tau, even though that is his name. This seems like it could be a trap, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to go there anyways, and if we have to shoot up a bunch of Tau, well, we're going to have to do that no matter what, because we know he's under armed guard. But yeah, I'm not super concerned with the fact that it might just be a big fight, because at the very least we'll be getting some weapons and whatnot. Is this stuff deteriorated yet? Did we roof this off? They roofed this off, didn't they? Yeah. So that stuff's never going to deteriorate. Well, at least they can't get to it. Let's see. Gorilla, how are you doing, man? Still dealing with your withdrawals. But eventually he'll be fine. He's getting fed though, right? It looks like it. He's also naked. You were a pretty decent character though, if I recall right. Yeah, at least a good fighter. So, I think I had talked about maybe making him a Space Marine. In the meantime, we might just leave him as a prisoner, because he can't do a lot else for us. Well, I guess he could build. Maybe I will bring him on and just have him be a builder melee combatant. But anyways, he will become probably our first Space Marine, just because he is so geared toward combat. Oh, we got a new recruit. Who do we get? Speedy. Okay. So there's Speedy. Speedy was a little bit more versatile than some of our other characters. Incapable of art, psychically sensitive, and trigger happy. So we should give him something that shoots fast and doesn't worry about accuracy, because he is not going to use it very effectively if we give him like a sniper rifle. He could be another doctor for us, so he could help out Halleck with that. And I'll probably set him to doing construction, just because he'll level up in it really quickly, and that'll give him something more worthwhile to do. Although I could just have him research, and that would be useful. So let's see. We're going to need to get you new clothes and a las gun. Where are you going right now? Taking rice. Why are you taking rice? There's plenty of meals around, although not as many as there should be. Let's clear that out, because I don't need you using an M16. And then let's set your new priorities. So doctoring, I think we're going to set that to 2. Cashin is slightly better, but she doesn't have a whole lot else that she can contribute, so it makes sense to having her at 1. But I'll probably set you to 1 as well. And then wardening, probably not going to bother with any of those. Animal handling, we'll put that at 4. Hunting, probably put that at 4 as well. Construction is going to be your main job, I think. We'll put mining at 4. There's probably better things for him to do most of the time. And you're not very good at any of this. Yeah. Hauling, cleaning, and then research. I think I'll leave it 3. I don't really want him doing that, but, you know, we could maybe have him chip in, and then eventually, if we get another full, like, research station like this one set up, we can have him going and doing research for us. And helping out Halleck speed things along. Although Halleck, with his current setup, is tearing through things pretty effectively, so I'm not that worried about it. Even the longest projects he's gotten through without too much trouble. Oh good, our Devil Strand is being harvested. So we can start testing Devil Strand stuff. In fact, I don't remember... We tried a few of these coats. Oh, we did make a Devil Strand one, and it didn't come out nearly as good as it should have. Yeah, the heat insulation didn't add up. So we don't need Devil Strand, don't need Devil Strand great coats. I wish there was something we could make out of it that would be more worthwhile. Unfortunately, the jumpsuits suck, so they're not worth having. Just because of the... They give you a movement penalty and a work speed penalty. The psychic sensitivity is actually kind of nice. And the shooting accuracy is nice, but overall, these aren't worth having, in my opinion, because of these. And then they don't give us any heat insulation, so that's the main reason why we would wear something like this. And unfortunately, you know, it's just not worthwhile. So, I could make a bunch of Devil Strand jumpsuits, but that's just not an effective use of it. I could make prisoner uniforms out of it, but I was just going to use the spacer outfits that we already have lying around, because we have a couple sets of them. So anybody who's going to be a long-term prisoner is going to just get a set of synthread clothing in light blue, and that will designate who our prisoners are. Yaris will probably have to take his off unless we decide to make him a prisoner. But right now he's like our main... Him and Liar are our main cooks, and he's also crafting and doing other things for us. So... yeah, I don't know that I will, because it just becomes a real hassle. He's also trying to recruit people too. We're actually mining up a lot of silver. That's nice. And Inga is finally doing her stonework, which means that Sira should be doing this. Why aren't you doing this? Requires 25 steel, minimum crafting skill of 8. You're just running around cleaning. So, where are you? Crafting 1. So, maybe it's under smithing and they can't do it? I didn't think so, but it is possible. I might have to go into the XML and change this so that they can actually do some of these things, because there's really no reason why they shouldn't be able to like tailor their own clothes, make sculptures for us. Although, like I don't know, forcing a prisoner to do art probably wouldn't result in great art, but, you know, messing with the creative process and all that. Anyway, you should be able to do all of those things and you can't, so I might need to change that. There's a lot of tweaks I need to make still to make these mods work as I'd hoped they would, or as maybe they were intended to. I don't know. We also need to get Reyna a proper bed. I think we're waiting on enough wood to make it up here to fill that one out. And then once these are done, we're not going to expand any more bedrooms this way, because we still have these down here. And between all of that, I don't think we really need any more. Like, we don't need that many people, so it doesn't really make sense to have just like bedrooms everywhere. That doesn't need to be there. We are eventually going to need to mine this out. And I think this is the outer wall here. This will be the inner wall. This is the inner wall, and then we're going to layer another wall on the outside of it just to make sure that this is extra protected. Alright guys, so I'm about to send the APC back out for another rescue mission. I'm trying something new where I draft everybody, get them in the area, and then go ahead and load them so that they don't have to sit in here for very long. So we'll load Bragg as the operator, and then we'll start loading up passengers. And I'm going to pause between each one just to ensure that they spend the absolute minimum time in there that they can. So now that they're all loaded, if we leave this undrafted, we can go ahead and set the caravan. So let's do that now. And as long as we keep the clock stopped while we're setting the caravan, once the caravan is set to go, they shouldn't ever get out of the APC until they arrive at the destination, or I tell them to. So this is our first one. Let's go ahead and form our caravan up. It's going to be everybody in the APC. Yeah. And we don't need to bring any prisoners. We're not bringing anybody who's not already in there. So let's just jump to items. And let's see, how much would that give us? 2.3 days worth of food. We're looking at 0.7 there. Probably about 0.7 back. So, like 1.4 days. This gives us almost a full extra day worth of food. I could give them a little bit more than that just to be safe. Let's bring like 3.4 days worth of food. How about that? So let's add another, say, maybe 75 here. We'll see where that gets us. Not quite. So I think we're going to need to do 125. We'll see if that gets us there. I think 150 is going to be exactly what we need. Close enough. Okay, so we'll bring a bit of medicine as well, just in case, you know, anybody gets infected or anything like that. We are rescuing someone after all. Okay, so we'll bring our usual 5 medicine, just so we don't cut into our own stocks too much. We really need to start producing more of it. We're getting dangerously low here. And I believe that is it. So we have medicine, and we have food. We could bring herbal medicine. In fact, you know what? For this, I think I will. Just because that stuff is becoming very valuable. So let's bring, rather than that, we'll bring, say, 10 herbal medicine. And as long as nothing really, really bad happens out there, we should be fine. I can't think of anything else that we would need. So let's look at our vector that we're going to leave at. So I think southeast is the way we want to go. Because we're going from our base, we're going that way. So yeah, we'll do southeast. And accept. Yeah, that'll be plenty. That is like more than 4 times what we should need. So I think our bases are pretty well covered by that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we picked the right direction. That should plop us down on the road, and they'll travel southeast from there. Okay, let's let them go collect all the goods. Okay, the caravan just left. Let's jump back out to the world map and tell them where to go. So that is your destination. You're going to go rescue them. Saying 6 days, or sorry, 0.6 days. So it should be a little less than 1, and a little over 1 round trip, not counting however long we're there dealing with the situation. Once that's done, we'll bring them back, give our guys a little bit of time to rest, and I think we're going to go try to liberate this prisoner. Even if it's a trap, I'd like to spring the trap and just see what happens. Following that, there is a couple of item caches that we need to deal with. In fact, this might need to be done before this. It depends on how long we take, because if we still have a week to make that happen, so if we do this within a week, then we still have plenty of time to get out there. What was the time on that one again? The time to get there, 0.6. So they're all about a little less than a day for most of these. So as long as we leave with 1 day left before this runs out, we should be fine. Now, we don't absolutely need this, but from what I've been told about it, it's pretty badass, even though it's only single use. So I kind of want to get it just to try it. But yeah, we'll do one of these 2 next. After that, we may grab this, but we still have a long time on that. So it'll probably be, well, definitely this one, because we've already started. One of these 2 next, and then one of these 2 next. So if there's still plenty of time for this, we might do the Outpost instead. Not that there's any rush on this, but I've been wanting to do this for a while, and this is more combat oriented than this might be, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. And we might send a bigger team too. I don't know if we'll need to. Oh god, there's a bunch of milk out here. Who is, well, everybody's awake right now. Skinner, can you do me a favor and run and grab that? Let's make sure he gets both of them, because we don't want to waste that stuff. It's free food. We may as well use it. I mean, not that we're short on food by any means, but still, I'm going to use what we've got available and use it well. There's also plenty of room in the freezer now, so we may as well take it. Okay, so with them heading out, it's just more base management from here. I need to get some more, whoops, wrong ones. Some more granite floors queued up. We need to fill in that little spot where that wall was. And then we may as well continue on with this hallway here. So we'll bring it up to there, and then we'll worry about the other directions on the intersection later. It looks like the steel grating has already been laid in there as well as here, so that's good. In fact, I should probably, I'll just do this little bit here. I'm not going to worry about wrapping it all the way around yet. Just making sure that we have, you know, again, the main walkways done. And they've done most of this area too. We need to get this lit though. So yeah, maybe we should start doing lights, because it is a bit dark in this part of the base. I didn't have these set up down here, did I? So let's do that. looks like I have them everywhere else except for there, but they're not really necessary there. Okay. So, let's get some lights in here. And we'll do them on these corners as well. Possibly, maybe. Something like that. Over here, let's see if we do there, 1, 2, there. Maybe the little ones on those, perhaps. I don't know, this is going to be weird. So we'll do something like this. And the spacing is going to be a little bit awkward, but that can't really be helped. And then down here. Okay, so we got them laid out all along that long stretch there. We'll try to get some here as well. So if I space them by 2s, is this going to work? Good enough. And that should light most of this. We'll put a chandelier in this room. I don't know what size will be necessary. So let's try the small one first. Can we fit a small chandelier in here somewhere? Not centered. So if we do a regular one, we can center it on the, what is it? I guess this would be like the y-axis, but not... No, sorry. We can center it on the x, but not the y. Let's put it closer or further from the door because the door will have light around it, and we'll do the same thing here. Or I guess what we could have done is something like this. So we'll put one there, and then we'll build another. That's how many tiles is that? 1, 2. Sure, just put it there. That doesn't look right. Hold on. Let's measure. Technically that is, yeah, it just looks off. Okay, well, we'll do it that way. I think that makes more sense. These will be better lit as well. And again, this is going to be a stockpile room too. I just haven't decided what's going to be in there yet. But we might move all of our food stocks and stuff over there. And then along here we'll have other rooms for stuff, and then this is going to be our shrine to the Emperor whenever we get that done. And it looks like our poker tables and stuff are all done, but they haven't started these martial arts targets yet. Oh, because they require a bunch of wood. Can I build them out of anything else? Was there even an option? I don't think there was. No. So they've got to be wood and cloth. That's going to be hard to come by. We have a little bit of each, but not a lot. Most of our textiles are other things. Yeah, it's a shame we can't make them out of like elk hide. I think, do we have any cloth at all? We might not have any, because there's certain other things that require it. But we'll see. Oh, actually no, we do have a bit. I think the wood's going to be our main hang-up. We'll try to get on that though. We do have trees growing, it's just a matter of waiting for them to finish. And let's make sure that these continue to get hauled out of there. Oh, this one as well. And we'll start building the wall in right there. We'll bring this across. And let's see, that's going to be a wall. So this should probably be the doorway here. Something like that. And I still haven't decided what these are going to be. I initially had considered maybe doing officers' quarters here. But we might have more than enough bedrooms already, so these might end up being for something else. I'll have to kind of see what we need versus the space available and decide, you know, what those could be used for. And then we still have probably not going to be able to utilize much of this because it's getting too close to the edge of the map. We were going to push into this area and try to, you know, wall it off, roof it over, and use that for something. Maybe this will be like the fortress monastery attachment for our Space Marines when we get those. And then down here, this was going to cut into this area, and this was going to be mostly defensive stuff. We were going to have an open roofed area for mortars so that they could fire on essentially the entire map from there because they'll be dead center. So that'll be nice. And then in here, I was thinking about building a little hallway and just having a couple more defensive emplacements in here that could fire out to anybody, you know, approaching this door here. So we'll be able to, you know, create overlapping lanes of fire, one this way and one that way. I think that would be helpful. And we could try to do the same thing here, even though we've mined most of that out. Or we could just build a little attachment to this wall, maybe like a bubble here or something with a turret in it. We'll see. But anyways, I think I'm going to end the episode here and do a little bit of this stuff off camera just so you guys don't have to sit through all of it. And hopefully come back with our caravan arriving at their destination. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.